Welcome to our special interview today, where we have the privilege of speaking with Professor James, an expert in English language education. Professor James, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to share my insights on teaching English and addressing the challenges students face.
Let's dive right in. How did you become interested in teaching English as a second language?
Well, it all began during my college years when I had the opportunity to teach English to international students. I realized the power of language to bridge cultures and decided to make it my life's work.
That's fascinating. Could you share your teaching philosophy when it comes to English language education?
Certainly. My philosophy centers around creating a supportive and dynamic learning environment that fosters cultural awareness, fluency, and, most importantly, a love for the English language.
What age groups do you typically teach, and how does your approach vary?
I've taught a wide range, from young children to adults. The approach varies, with a stronger focus on communication for children and more academic depth for adults.
What are the common challenges students face when learning English as a second language?
The challenges are multifaceted: pronunciation, grammar, comprehension, and cultural nuances. But it's all about breaking down these barriers step by step.
How has technology impacted English language education in recent years?
Technology has been a game changer. Online resources, language apps, and virtual classrooms have made learning accessible and interactive.
Can you explain the importance of cultural sensitivity in teaching English?
Cultural sensitivity is key to effective communication. Understanding cultural contexts is essential to grasp the nuances of the English language.
What motivated you to specialize in teaching English to non-native speakers?
The world is becoming increasingly interconnected. Teaching English enables students to participate actively in the global community, and that's a powerful motivator.
How do you keep your teaching materials and methods up to date?
Continuous learning is crucial. I attend workshops, conferences, and collaborate with colleagues to ensure my teaching methods remain relevant and engaging.
What are the essential skills students need to develop for effective English communication?
Listening and speaking are fundamental. These skills form the core of effective communication, especially in real-life contexts.
Could you share some success stories from your teaching experience?
I've had students who began with minimal English skills and, with hard work, achieved proficiency. Some have even gone on to become language educators themselves.
What is your opinion on the use of standardized English proficiency tests?
Standardized tests serve as useful benchmarks. They help students understand their proficiency levels and set targets for improvement.
How do you assess students' language proficiency and progress?
Assessments encompass written and spoken tests, project work, and group discussions. Continuous evaluation ensures students are on track.
What strategies do you employ to keep students motivated and engaged?
Motivation is essential. I incorporate real-life situations, discussions, and interactive exercises to keep students engaged and eager to learn.
What role does grammar play in your teaching approach?
Grammar provides the structure for language, and while I emphasize practical communication, a strong foundation in grammar
How important is cultural
remains
immersion
essential.
in language learning?
Cultural immersion is transformative. It enhances language learning by providing real-life context, enabling students to better grasp idiomatic expressions and cultural nuances.
How do you tailor your teaching methods to address the needs of individual students?
Every student is unique. Tailoring my approach involves assessing individual learning styles and adapting the curriculum to their needs.
Can you explain your approach to teaching academic English?
Teaching academic English focuses on research, academic writing, and language precision, all critical for students pursuing higher education.
How do you assist students in improving their reading and comprehension skills?
Reading comprehension is crucial. I encourage extensive reading and provide guidance to help students extract meaning from texts effectively.
What are the most common challenges of teaching pronunciation and accents?
Pronunciation is often challenging. Addressing students' specific pronunciation needs and helping them understand different English accents is vital.
How can students best improve their vocabulary and expand their word usage?
Expanding vocabulary involves reading, contextual learning, and active usage. Engaging with native speakers also helps broaden word usage.
What techniques do you employ to help students overcome the fear of making mistakes when speaking English?
Creating a non-judgmental environment where students are encouraged to take risks and learn from their mistakes is vital.
What resources or books do you recommend for English language learners?
There are plenty of resources out there, but I often recommend classics like Word Power Made Easy and online platforms like Duolingo.
Can you discuss the impact of culture on language acquisition?
Culture significantly influences language. Learning the cultural context in which language is used helps students better understand and use it.
How important is setting realistic language learning goals for students?
Setting realistic goals is vital. It provides students with a sense of achievement and motivates them to continue learning.
Could you share some tips for English language learners to improve their listening skills?
Active listening is key. I recommend listening to podcasts, watching movies, and engaging in conversations with native speakers.
What techniques do you suggest for developing strong writing skills in English?
For writing skills, regular practice, feedback, and revising are crucial. Students should keep a journal and explore various writing styles.
How can students work on building confidence in their English-speaking abilities?
Confidence grows with practice. Encourage students to participate in discussions, engage in debates, and seek opportunities for public speaking.
Can you provide some insights into promoting independent language study and lifelong learning?
Lifelong learning is a journey. Encourage students to set aside time for regular self-study and explore their unique interests.
How important is emotional intelligence in language learning and communication?
Emotional intelligence enhances communication. It helps students understand and respond effectively to the emotions of others, making conversations more meaningful.
What role does storytelling play in enhancing students' listening and comprehension skills?
Storytelling engages students emotionally and helps improve listening and comprehension by providing context and vivid descriptions.
How do you guide students in interpreting the cultural nuances in the English language?
It's about exposing students to real-world situations, idioms, and cultural references. Discussing these nuances helps students understand and use them appropriately.
Can you share your approach to addressing students' fear of public speaking in English?
Fear of public speaking is common. I use gradual exposure, provide constructive feedback, and incorporate supportive exercises to build confidence.
What advice do you have for students dealing with language fatigue or burnout?
Language fatigue is real. To avoid burnout, students should take breaks, vary their study methods, and set achievable goals.
How do you keep your teaching methods innovative and engaging for students?
Innovation is essential. I keep up with the latest teaching techniques, encourage creativity, and occasionally incorporate technology into my lessons.
Can you suggest family-friendly activities or places for kids?
Absolutely, family-friendly activities are crucial for engaging young learners. I recommend exploring local museums, parks, and nature reserves. These outings can be both fun and educational, fostering a love for the language.
How do you incorporate technology into language learning for students of different age groups?
Technology can be a valuable tool. I tailor its usage based on the age group, utilizing language apps, interactive websites, and multimedia resources to enhance learning.
Can you discuss the role of empathy and patience in teaching English to non-native speakers?
Empathy and patience are the pillars of effective teaching. Understanding the challenges students face and being patient in addressing those challenges is vital.
How important is feedback in the language learning process, and how do you provide it effectively?
Feedback is critical. It's essential to provide constructive feedback that highlights strengths and areas for improvement, encouraging students to grow.
What strategies can students use to tackle language barriers and communicate effectively?
Overcoming language barriers involves active listening, asking for clarification, and building vocabulary over time. Encouraging students to practice and interact with native speakers helps too.
Could you share your insights on the use of English in global business and employment opportunities?
English is the international language of business. Proficiency in English significantly enhances employment opportunities, enabling students to engage with a global job market.
What advice do you have for students who want to pursue English language teaching as a career?
For those considering English language teaching, a strong foundation in the language, relevant certifications, and a passion for teaching are essential. It's also valuable to gain experience through volunteering or internships.
What's your opinion on students learning multiple languages simultaneously?
Learning multiple languages can be enriching. However, it requires a focused approach. Students should ensure they don't confuse the languages and maintain a clear study plan.
How can English language learners develop cross-cultural communication skills?
Cross-cultural communication skills are honed through exposure to different cultures, respecting diversity, and active participation in international discussions and activities.
Can you share your thoughts on the impact of pop culture, such as music and movies, on language learning?
Pop culture is an excellent learning resource. Music, movies, and TV shows can expose students to various accents, colloquial language, and contemporary expressions.
What are some advanced English language learning techniques for students aiming for fluency?
Advanced learners should focus on complex texts, engage in debates, and practice formal writing styles. They should also explore specialized vocabulary based on their interests.
How can students enhance their English language skills through real-life experiences?
Real-life experiences, such as traveling or studying abroad, can provide unmatched language immersion. Encourage students to step out of their comfort zones.
Finally, What would be your message to students pursuing English language education?
My message is simple: be persistent and curious. Embrace the journey of learning the English language, as it opens doors to countless opportunities and enriching experiences. Always remember, you're capable of achieving fluency and connecting with the world through language.
Thank you, Professor James, for this insightful conversation on English language education. Your expertise is invaluable, and we hope it inspires many language learners out there.
It's been my pleasure. I hope our discussion encourages learners to embark on this rewarding journey and to appreciate the beauty of language.
Hello, friends. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. If you want to improve your English, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with a friend. Support our channel by joining us or clicking the super thanks button would mean a lot. Thank you for your valuable support and take care.